to be a fireman?
Well, for one thing, I was looking for a job at that time. And the other reason is I kind of was interested in the challenge.
What sort of physical test do you have to take?
Well, you have to take what we call a strength, endurance, and agility test. And it's running, pulling a hose, doing an obstacle course, going up the 85-foot ladder, running up a hose tower with hose, just to see if you're physically fit to be a fireman.
Is there a written test?
Yeah, we take a written test out there at the Employment Security Commission, and it's got reading, math, it's got a bunch of stuff on it. It takes about 3 hours.
What are the best things about being a fireman?
One of the best things is the time off, believe it or not. But no, really, one of the best things I like about it is the challenge. It's always something different.
What are the worst things?
Some of the worst things is when you have to face someone that died in a fire. That's one of the worst things you have to deal with.
What is the salary of the average fireman?
Of the average, the starting salary is somewhere around $15,000, and it goes up from there. The average, I'd say, would be $20,000.
What do you do when you have 2 fire alarms at the same time?
Okay, we have 2 stations, and we can send one station to that one fire alarm, and then this station will go to the other one. And if it was big enough, then we would call back our off-duty personnel to help us.
Do you ever use anything besides water to put fires out?
Yes, we use what we call AFFF foam. And all that is a foam that we use to fight fuel fires like diesel fuel and stuff like that.
What types of first aid do you have to learn?
Well, you have to learn CPR, and right now we're in the process of getting into what we call first responder first aid, which we're usually the first ones on the scene, and whatever we can do before EMS gets there is a benefit.
Is there a mandatory retirement age?
As far as I know, there isn't. As long as you're physically fit and mentally fit to do this job, you can stay on as long as you would like.
What is the annual average of fires for our area?
It's somewhere around 365, somewhere around there. Usually average 1 a day, but some days you won't have a call, and other days you'll have 4 or 5, and it works out usually to be 1 a day.
What is the most important thing for someone to remember in case of a fire?
Well, if it's a small enough fire and you have a fire extinguisher, you can probably extinguish it, but it's always good to call us. But if it's a big enough fire, the most important thing is to remember is to get out. If you're in a building or your house, just get away from it and call us and let us come and do our job.
What made you decide to be a fireman?
I had several relatives that were already in the fire department, and they told me what a good job it was, so I thought I might like to try it.
What sort of physical test do you have to take?
Well, we have a physical strength and agility test that is required before you're hired, and that basically consists of how strong you are. You've got to run a quarter mile. I think the main thing was that with this test in mind, is make sure you could do the job before you were hired.
Is there a written test?
Yes, that we have a general aptitude test that we take at the Employment Security Office, and it lasts approximately about 3 hours.
What are the best things about being a fireman?
I like helping people. Usually when they call for the fire department, there's somebody there wanting something, and you're just there to help them.
What are the worst things?
Sometimes you see people in their worst element. You see people burn sometimes. You see death. You see how relatives handle these type of situations. So sometimes that's not a very pleasant thing to see.
What is the salary of the average fireman?
I think our starting salary is right around $15,000 to $16,000 a year, and probably the top pay for the chief is probably between $30,000 and $35,000. So average salary is in somewhere in between. We have different classes of or different positions, and each one of those positions is a different class of pay.
What do you do when you have 2 fire alarms at the same time?
Well, we do have 2 fire stations, so we could dispatch 1 truck to each fire, and also we call back off-duty personnel. They're required to answer calls on their days off, and they have a little pager, a little monitor, and we can contact them.
Do you ever use anything besides water to put fires out?
Yes, we use foam for liquid fires, or we also use fire extinguishers, which there are different classes, but generally you see all-purpose fire extinguishers.
What types of first aid do you have tomorrow?
Okay, we here in Roanoke Rapids, we're not in the rescue business, but we do take general CPR, general first aid practices until somebody of higher authority can get there.
Is there a mandatory retirement age?
No, we do not have a mandatory retirement age. As long as you can handle the job, you can stay employed. We see most people here do retire though after they get about 30 years of service in.
What is the annual average of fires for our area?
We average about 1 call a day, 365 a year. Some of these are fire calls. Sometimes we just have check calls. People think they might just smell smoke in the house. So these are not all fire calls, but we do go to about 365 a year.
What is the most important thing for someone to remember in case of a fire?
I think the most important thing is not to panic. You need to keep the fire department number handy so you can call us, real quick.
This is Herb Evans. The first fireman interview was Nick Rito, the Roanoke Rapids Fire Department, and the second one was
Lynn Little, Fire Chief, Assistant Fire Chief. This is what we call our first out fire truck. It's a 1980 model. It's been in service, like I say, about 11 years. We just ordered this a new one. This particular model cost about $90,000 in 1980. We just ordered a new truck. Low bid on it was $247,000. We should have it about October or November. It takes about 6 or 8 months to put it together because each fire department likes to have that truck built a little different. So this is a pumper. It carries 500 gallons of water. Yeah, it carries all types of equipment on it. We can walk around, let you look at some of the things inside. One of the new changes that will be made on the new fire truck, as you can see, some of the firemen sit right here that go to the fires. From now on, everything will be enclosed. No fireman will be on the outside. They'll be completely enclosed all the way around. The new truck will have air conditioning inside. Will be automatic transmission. It's going to be a very nice truck. We have a driver. His responsibility is getting us to the fire safe and sound and the most direct and quickest route possible. Fire trucks basically are supposed to last about 20 years. Sometimes you stretch them to 25. We run tests on them every year, and as long as they will pass the acceptance test, the state will certify the truck as being in good condition. This is one of the features that we like about this truck, and we ordered our new truck the same way. Is we have a top-mounted control panel, and that's where the driver, he's also the pump operator. He'll get up there, and he's the one that pulls the knobs and reads the gauges and the controls, and he directs the water where it goes to, and he needs to know a whole lot. There's a lot of training involved in being a driver, and we get these positions of driver and also as lieutenants. By taking the test, you have to study and take a test. And people with the high score, they're the ones that get the test. Get the job. This truck will be moved to the other fire station when the new truck arrives. A little history about the fire department. We are the only paid fire department in the county. We work a 24-hour shift, and we come to work 8 o'clock in the morning, and we will not get off work till 8 o'clock the next morning. So you have to go about 35-40 miles before you get to another paid fire department. Now, of course, we keep at least 7 men on duty each day. Sometimes it's 8 and 9, but we have to keep 7. We are required to on callback. If we have a major fire, then we do call out our off-duty personnel, and they do get paid when they come back. No problem. We appreciate it. Glad for you to come back.
All right.